come walk with me into the woods. Let's have a little conversation with a natural self in nature. The birds are already announcing my presence. So this is
and the cicadas.
this is our home, and this is the back part of our. We have like a third of an acre or something of woods back here that goes down to a creek. We just had rain, so heavy rain, so we're not actually gonna do that. But it's the rain, of course, it's like a double sword. It's something that we need right now. We need the nourishment, both on the land and just for the air. And it kind of rains on some people's parade. Oh, so it can be looked at both ways. And of course, the biggest parade right now is the political parade, that's charade, that's parading around, that's affecting everybody's lives. And what I'd like to talk about, share about, is the dream that we had when we got this property in the back here. Dreaming on it as part of our EverLand, as the beginning of our EverLand, which I've said repeatedly that EverLand is not necessarily a geographical location, but it certainly starts with a place in our consciousness where we all get along. That's the simplest. You know, some people call it nirvana, some people call it heavens. And of course, we had on the ground with the best intention called Disneyland. So these are all precursors to what swelled up in our peace production efforts, is creating this state of being called EverLand, and of course beginning it on the ground by creating not necessarily rides like Disneyland rides, but there were so many other things at Disneyland that, including like movies and little areas of anyway, the supporting, life supporting material things or idea things that go into an expanded notion of what EverLand is. So this walk in these woods right now is really our grounding point for what we've been calling EverLand, and creating a whole universe of artists in EverLand, and further in the kingdom of EverLand. And even that is happening. It's like the women are finally merging out of eons of time of suppression and not being equal. Some people are just labeled as patriarchal period. And of course it was practiced in many different ways, in different places, and to different severities. And so that energy is like right now is trying to create the last push for maintaining it. Especially here in the U.S., they wanting to make America great again in the old-fashioned sense of the great patriarchal ruling energy of violence and hatred. That the whole idea of EverLand doesn't have in its focus. What we have in our focus is a whole kingdom with this feminine energy shift of nurturing and caring for one another, caring for all life. And in this idea of kingdom is created in a very simple way by making that short journey from the head to the heart. That's what it takes to be a heartist. And that journey and how we do that, how we take our minds, the way we think, and the way we move, it's all of it. Because that energy flow, that is, some people call it the force. And may the force be with you at its rudest meaning is the energy that wakes you up into the light. And it can happen in an instant, in an aha moment of really seeing oneself, identifying oneself with the good as we watch the alternative blow itself up, if you want to have that, just erase itself. So, into the heart, namaste. The God in me sees the God in you. If you'd only open your eyes and wake up to that yourself.